Echoes untold where history whispers, and we listen. Welcome to another captivating journey through the annals of history. If you're passionate about uncovering forgotten stories and mysterious events, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more stories to life, one whisper at a time. Today, we delve into the haunting story of the Soviet submarine K-129, a tale of Cold War intrigue, daring covert operations, and the tragic loss of 98 lives. This is a story shrouded in secrecy, where the ocean floor became a silent witness to one of the most enigmatic events of the 20th century. In the 1900s, one of the most tragic and notable submarine incidents occurred during the Cold War period, a time of intense military rivalry and secrecy. One such event that stands out is the sinking of the Soviet submarine K-129 in 1968, an incident that led to the deaths of 98 sailors and became a pivotal moment in both naval history and the global power struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union. The Cold War was a period of intense political and military tension between the Western Bloc, led by the United States, and the Eastern Bloc, led by the Soviet Union. During this time, both superpowers heavily invested in nuclear technology, including the development of submarines capable of carrying nuclear missiles. Submarines, particularly nuclear-powered ones, were seen as essential to maintaining a credible nuclear deterrent, as they could stay submerged for extended periods, making them difficult to detect. The K-129 was a Soviet nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine that carried 3 nuclear-tipped ballistic missiles. On March 8, 1968, the submarine departed from its base in the Soviet Union, heading out into the Pacific Ocean for what was to be a routine patrol. However, the vessel never completed its mission. On March 24, after failing to communicate, K-129 was lost without a trace. In the days following the K-129's disappearance, Soviet authorities conducted a massive search operation but could not locate the submarine. The United States, meanwhile, was monitoring the situation closely. American intelligence agencies had already suspected that the Soviet Union was investing heavily in improving its nuclear submarine fleet, and the loss of the K-129 raised serious concerns. In 1968, the United States had just developed the technology to conduct deep-sea exploration using submersibles. Using this new technology, the U.S. Navy launched its own covert search operation. The mission was led by the CIA, under the guise of a scientific research project, and it was given the cover name, Project Azorian. Using a ship called the Glomar Explorer, the United States was able to locate the wreckage of the K-129 on the ocean floor at a depth of over 16,000 feet. The wreck was found about 1,500 miles northwest of Hawaii. However, what was discovered in the ocean's depths was not only the wreckage of the submarine but also the presence of highly sensitive Soviet equipment, including its nuclear warheads. This find was of enormous strategic significance, as it could provide the United States with valuable intelligence on Soviet nuclear capabilities. The disappearance of the K-129 in March 1968 sent ripples of alarm through the Soviet military. Despite an exhaustive search effort, the Soviet Union failed to locate its lost submarine. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, U.S. intelligence was piecing together a plan to exploit this tragic loss for strategic gain. What followed was one of the most ambitious and secretive recovery missions in history, Project Azorian. Under the guise of deep-sea mining, the CIA orchestrated a covert operation to recover the wreckage of the K-129 from the ocean floor. The challenge was immense. The submarine lay at a staggering depth of over 16,000 feet, far beyond the reach of conventional recovery methods. The Americans turned to Howard Hughes, the billionaire industrialist, whose company developed a special ship, the Glomar Explorer, equipped with a massive mechanical claw. This claw, called the capture vehicle, was designed to descend to the ocean floor, grab hold of the wreckage, and haul it back to the surface. In 1974, after years of preparation, the Glomar Explorer set sail for the wreck site. The recovery operation was fraught with risks. The crew operated under constant threat of exposure, knowing that any leak could lead to an international incident. The Soviets remained unaware of the operation, but U.S. naval intelligence was on high alert to avoid detection. When the mechanical claw finally reached the wreckage, it began the painstaking process of securing a large section of the submarine. However, as the claw ascended with its prize, disaster struck. A portion of the wreck broke apart under its weight, slipping back into the abyss. Despite the setback, the team managed to recover a significant portion of the submarine, including several nuclear-armed ballistic missiles and classified Soviet equipment. What made the recovery even more somber was the discovery of human remains. Several crew members were brought to the surface, their bodies preserved by the frigid depths. These remains were treated with respect. The U.S. held a formal burial at sea, complete with a Soviet naval hymn, before returning them to the ocean. The story of K-129 is, at its heart, a human tragedy. The 98 men aboard the submarine were sons, husbands, and fathers, each fulfilling their duty to their country in one of the most dangerous roles imaginable. Submarine service in the Cold War era was perilous. Vessels were often pushed to their technological limits, and crews operated under extreme pressure. The exact cause of the K-129's sinking remains a mystery. Official Soviet reports were never fully disclosed, but theories abound. Some suggest that a catastrophic failure in the submarine's systems, such as a malfunction in its nuclear reactor, led to its demise. Others believe that a rogue missile launch or a collision with a U.S. submarine may have triggered the disaster. For the families of the crew, the loss was compounded by the veil of secrecy surrounding the incident. The Soviet government, keen to maintain its image during the Cold War, offered little information or solace. The sailors were officially declared heroes, but their loved ones were left with unanswered questions and an enduring sense of loss. The conditions of the crew's final moments remain a subject of speculation. Some experts believe that an explosion caused the submarine to flood rapidly, leaving the men with little time to react. Others suggest that the crew may have survived the initial incident, only to succumb to asphyxiation or carbon monoxide poisoning as oxygen levels depleted. The recovery of some of their remains by the U.S. decades later brought a bittersweet closure to this chapter. While their identities could not be confirmed, their burial at sea was a poignant acknowledgement of their sacrifice and humanity, transcending Cold War rivalries. The K-129 incident is a story of ambition and hubris, courage and loss. It underscores the perilous nature of the Cold War arms race, where submarines became both a strategic asset and a death trap for those who sailed them. The secrecy that enveloped the incident for decades reflects the era's pervasive distrust and the lengths to which superpowers would go to gain an advantage. Today, the wreckage of the K-129 remains on the ocean floor, a silent reminder of the sacrifices made during one of history's most dangerous periods. The 98 sailors who perished aboard the submarine are not forgotten. Their story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring mysteries of the deep. Thank you for joining us on this journey into history's hidden corners. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Echoes Untold. Together, we can continue to uncover the whispers of history, one story at a time. Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen.